Hey guys, we're going to do a mid-thoracic extension mobilization using a foam roller. Reason being, most of us sit at a computer a lot of the time, and when you do that with your arms out in front of you, chances are you're going to slouch. It's just part of how we sit. It's not right or wrong, but if you're going to be there for 6 to 8 hours a day, you should probably do something to counteract that. And before we get into it, if you guys like it, go ahead, smash that like, ring that bell, and let's mobilize that thoracic spine. Okay, so now we're going to do the seated thoracic extension mobilization with the foam roller. So basically, I'm just going to slide this behind my back. There's not really a wrong place to put it necessarily. I just kind of aim for the middle, try it, and then move it again and, see what different positions feel good. So from here, I got it behind the back. I like to support my head with my hands, and then I'm just going to lean back and try and turn my chest toward the ceiling. You might have a couple cracks and pops here. That's totally normal. Don't worry about it. Again, you don't necessarily have to have your hands there, but I kind of like the neck to be supported. So I put my hands behind, extend back, just hold a couple seconds, and then come back out of it. Nothing to it. Okay, so we can also do the thoracic mobilization on the ground. If you've done the seated one and you feel like, oh, this is okay, it's not that hard, you can get a little bit more pressure by being on the ground. So what I'm going to do is just stay seated, and I'll just lay back, again, right around the middle of my back. And what I might do is just leave my butt down on the ground and open it up back here and extend back. Again, I'm kind of arching my chest toward the ceiling. If you want, you can lift up too. That's going to be even a little bit more pressure, and you can roll if you feel like it. You can kind of massage the thoracic paraspinals there. That's totally appropriate. Just again, whatever feels good. If it's really painful, don't do it. But I would start sitting, support the head, extend back. Also, nothing to it. Okay guys, we're going to do a hip flexor stretch with banded mobilization. So the reason we're doing this one is because we sit a lot, and when you sit, it puts that hip flexor in a shortened position. So we'll do the stretch to make sure that that leg can get back when you do things like running, jumping, or any daily activity. And then we use the band to do a Okay, so for the hip flexor stretch, basically what you're going to do, whatever leg you want to stretch, step it into the band, and then step back almost into a lunge position like this. Now from here, I'm just going to translate my body forward slightly. Notice I'm not arching my back like this. I got to keep my back flat. I'm just kind of gliding forward a little bit. Now, why do we use the band? The reason that we use the band is when your hip extends, or when the leg goes back, the head of that femur has to slide forward slightly, right? So that's the purpose of the band. The band pulls the head of the femur forward slightly to make it easier for the leg to extend. So if you're doing anything like sprinting, you need that hip extension. Even walking, you need that hip extension. So again, I'm in this position. I'm just gliding forward a little bit. You should feel the stretch right through the front of your hip. You can do it a couple different ways. If you want to make it a little more intense, you can turn your body away from the leg that you're stretching. I'm turning to the left here a little bit because I'm stretching my right leg. Or you can grab that foot back here to get a little bit more of a quad stretch also, but it's a little bit tougher. But that's how you do it. Hey guys, today we're going to do a soft tissue mobilization to the wrist extensors using a lacrosse ball. Reason we're going to do this is for anybody who works at a computer. Usually your wrists are going to be in slight extension, or when you're holding a mouse and moving it around, it's going to be in slight extension. And over time that can just sort of make that muscle group a little tight, and eventually, it could lead to something like tennis elbow or something painful like that. So let's figure out how to do a soft tissue mobilization with the lacrosse ball. And if you really like it, let me know. Smash that like, ring that bell, man. Give me that subscription. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to do our soft tissue mobilization for the wrist extensors. So, you can put your hand any place you want. I just kind of support it on my leg here. And again, there's no wrong way to do this either. If you want to just put it on the back of your forearm and go side to side a little bit, that works. Just kind of work your way through and find any spots that are sore. Another good thing you can do is if you tack it down and give it a little twist and then move side to side, that's going to intensify it a little bit for sure. So I might find a spot, I'm going to twist it down to kind of lock it, get a little side to side movement, or you can tack it down and then add a movement from the muscles that you're stretching. So here we are, I'm going to find a spot, and I'm just going to do a little bit of wrist flexion and extension, and when I stretch that wrist into flexion, it's really going to pull up there. So it should feel totally normal. You shouldn't have any kind of like numbness, tingling, anything like that. But that's more or less how you do it. I would focus on getting some side-to-side movement. Don't rub yourself on the bone. It's not wrong, but I don't know if it's going to do you a whole lot of good either. So that's how we do our self-soft tissue mobilization, or just a self-massage. And guys, I need you to smash that like. I need that subscription. I can't do this for free. Thank you.